Hey everybody, welcome back to Legacy of Leaders on Daily Ad Brief. I'm your host, Wayne Beldsman. On Legacy of Leaders, we discuss with entrepreneurs and change-making business professionals all about what it means to lead. Today, I'm super excited to introduce you all to my guest, Ashleigh Anderson with Ashleigh A Marketing. Ashleigh, how are you on this fine Monday?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
So good. So good. So actually, I was checking out your website a little bit and it looks like you're a social media manager through and through. You can really help people with almost anything and everything. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you have going on these days, what you're working on?
Yeah, sure. So it's actually kind of funny story how I got started in social media. So my first job was working in a corporate marketing role, and they came up to me and they said, "Hey, you're a millennial. Do you want to do our social media?" And I was like, "Okay, sure." And so I kind of got thrown into it. And then as I started to do research and really just develop a strategy, we found the value that social media really can bring to a business. And it ended up bringing so much value that they created a whole new role out of it, asked me to be the social media team lead, and really just developed a strategy for the entire company and really just grew all of their platforms through a social media strategy. And so that's how I kind of got started learning social media and marketing, and I've been working in marketing and social media for the past 6 years. A little bit over a year ago, about a year and a half ago, I found out that so many people, especially with the pandemic, are really looking for help with their social media strategy. They know that they need to be online, but they're not exactly sure how to do it or what they should be posting. So that's when I decided to start my own social media consulting business, which is really creative, Ashleigh A Marketing. And so basically I come in and I help businesses with their social media strategy from top to bottom.
Beautiful, beautiful. Wow, man, if you had a corporate job and then they ended up creating a whole department after you took over their social media, I'm sure you know what you're doing very, very well. But man, I mean, becoming a team lead too, so much of that has to do with leadership, I'm sure. So I like to ask everybody, how do you personally go about making difficult leadership decisions, whether they're big or small?
Yeah, great question. I think for me, a lot of it is just about trusting your gut. If something doesn't feel right, then it probably isn't right. And sometimes you do have to have uncomfortable conversations, but it's better to be transparent and have those conversations early on than let it continue to fester. So with me, it's all about communication and being transparent and being honest about things. And especially in marketing, it's all about trial and error. Sometimes things just don't work. And I know a lot of people try to maybe hide that or try to find some other kind of solution for it. But I think if you just are communicating and are transparent and use it as a learning lesson, it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing because it's all about trial and error. Something might work great one time, you do it again another time, and it doesn't work the same way. So I think it kind of is the same thing with leadership. You have to find just a method that works for you, but make sure that you're being transparent about what you expect and that there's nothing unexpected that'll pop up and that you handle it in the right way by communicating effectively.
Amazing. Yeah, man. Transparency, communicating, trusting your gut. Awesome, awesome advice. So you're pretty, or I guess, somewhat new to running your own agency. I get asked all the time, what caused you to take that leap? Like, wasn't it scary? And so for you, what was sort of that pushing factor? What caused you to move away from corporate to actually, running your own company?
That's a great question. And yes, it is scary because you kind of are putting all your eggs in one basket, but it's all about your, faith in yourself. And someone actually said this to me the other day. They're like, you just have an entrepreneurial spirit. And I was like, I never really thought of myself in that way, but I guess you're right. Because I did go out and I, just started my own company and I've been making it work. So I was really, really lucky in the fact that I had someone, a mentor of mine, that actually helped push me into it. So that helped as well. I definitely think, again, back to leadership, having the right people that help to lead and mentor you is super helpful in terms of you being able to lead and mentor other people as well. And so she kind of really just encouraged me. She said, you should give it a shot at doing it yourself, because I had also helped her and her company with their marketing needs. And they also actually offered me a full-time position there too. So they basically we're seeing the value. So it's once people really understand that a social media strategy can provide your business with value, that's when they find out that they have a need for someone who does it day in and day out. A lot of businesses, they have so many other things to focus on that they don't want to spend their time on social media. So it usually falls to the bottom of their list. So for me, it was just finding the right clients and the right people that understood my strategy and that realized the value that social media can bring to their business.
Beautiful, beautiful. Man, what awesome just snippets of advice there. I suggest everybody go back, listen again around transparency, surround yourself with mentors, get advice. Absolutely awesome. Well, Ashleigh, thank you so much for being with us today. I feel like I could have talked to you for another probably hour. And so maybe we'll have to do it again sometime.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. And thank you everybody out there for tuning in. If you want to learn more about Ashleigh and Ashleigh A Marketing, visit us over at dailyadbrief.com. Until next time, I'm your host, Wayne Veldsman. You've been listening to Legacy of Leaders.